The religion of Jainism, traditionally called Jain Dharma, originated in ancient India. Jain Dharma emphasizes the value of right perception, right knowledge, and right conduct. Through inner reflection and sincere practice of these principles, one can attain moksha or realization of the soul's true nature. The concept of ahimsa or non-violence is also central to Jainism. Thus, with respect for all life, Jain practitioners follow a pure vegan or plant-based diet. The Jain lineage includes 24 Tirthankaras or beings who share their enlightenment with others. The Tirthankara's teachings comprise the Agam Sutras, which are the holy scriptures of Jainism. The 24th and last Tirthankara was Lord Mahavira, whose name means great hero. Born into a royal family in 599 BC, Prince Mahavira decided as a young man to pursue a solitary spiritual life. After 12 years of intensive meditation, he attained Kevala Jnana or the highest wisdom. Lord Mahavira was known to face all obstacles with acceptance and forgiveness. He also shared discourses on spiritual truths which formed the basis of present-day Jainism. Supreme Master Jinghai has offered tribute to the spiritual greatness of Lord Mahavira as during lectures given in Taiwan, also known as Formosa, on various occasions.
I don't know if anyone in the history of mankind could have done or could be doing or will be doing such a asceticism, such a sacrifice like the Lord Mahavira. We really salute him and are grateful to all that he has to endure. For enlightenment, for the sake of others, yes. All these sufferings are not for naught. They would benefit the world in some way or another, even without the Lord Mahavira knowing, or even without the world people knowing or being grateful for.
We present to you today excerpts from Jain Ethics 12 Vows of the Lay Person. The 5 great vows can be adopted by monks who are very keen about the upliftment of their souls and ready to sacrifice all worldly enjoyments and family ties. For those who want to remain in family life and for whom complete avoidance of the 5 principal sins are difficult, Jain Ethics specifies the following 12 vows to be carried out by the householder. Of these 12 vows, the first 5 are main vows of a limited nature. They are somewhat easier in comparison with the great vows. The great vows are for the monks. The next 3 vows are known as merit vows, so called because they enhance and purify the effect of the 5 main vows and raise the value manifold. They also govern the external conduct of an individual. The last 4 are called disciplinary vows. They are intended to encourage the person in the performance of their religious duties. They reflect the purity of one's heart. They govern one's internal life and are expressed in a life that is marked by charity. They are preparatory to the discipline of an ascetic's life. 3 merit vows and 4 disciplinary vows together are known as the 7 vows of virtuous conduct. A person may adopt these vows according to his individual capacity and circumstances, with the intent to adopt ultimately as a great vow. The lay person should be very careful while observing and following these limited vows. These vows, being limited or restricted, may still leave great scope for the commitment of sins and possession of property. The 12 vows are described as follows. 5 main vows of limited nature. 1. Non-violence vow. 2. Truthfulness vow. 3. Non-stealing vow. 4. Chastity vow. 5. Non-attachment vow. 3 merit vows. 6. Limited area of activity vow. 7. Limited use of consumable and non-consumable items vow. 8. Avoidance of purposeless sins vow. 4 disciplinary vows, Siksha Vratas. 9. Meditation vow of limited duration. 10. Activity vow of limiting space. 11. Ascetics life vow of limited duration. 12. Limited charity vow, Atithi Samvibhaga Vrata. 1. Non-violence vow. In this vow, a person must not intentionally hurt any living being, plants, animals, humans, etc., or their feelings, either by thought, word, or deed, himself or through others, or by approving such an act committed by somebody else. Intention in this case applies to selfish motive, sheer pleasure, and even avoidable negligence. His agricultural, industrial, occupational, living activities do also involve injury to life, but it should be as minimal as possible through carefulness and due precaution. 4 stages of violence are described. Premeditated violence, to attack someone knowingly. Defensive violence, to commit intentional violence in defense of one's own life. Vocational violence, to incur violence in the execution of one's means of livelihood. Common violence, to commit violence in the performance of daily activities. Premeditated violence is prohibited for all. Common violence is accepted for survival, but even here one should be careful in preparing food, cleaning house, etc. This explains the Jains' practices of filtering drinking water, veganism, not eating meals at night, and abstinence from alcohol. Non-violence is the foundation of Jain ethics. Lord Mahavira says one should not injure, subjugate, enslave, torture, or kill any living being, including animals, insects, plants, and vegetables. This is the essence of religion. It embraces the welfare of all animals. It is the basis of all stages of knowledge and the source of all rules of conduct. 2. Truthfulness vow. The second of the 5 limited vows is truth. It is more than refraining from falsehood. It is seeing the world in its real form and adapting to that reality. The vow of truth puts a person in touch with his inner strength and inner capacities. In this vow, a person avoids lies such as giving false evidence, denying the property of others entrusted to him, avoid cheating others, etc. The vow is to be followed in thought, action, and speech, and by doing it himself or by getting it done through others. He should not speak the truth if it harms others or hurts their feelings. He should, under these circumstances, keep silence. 3. Non-stealing vow. In this vow, a person must not steal, rob, or misappropriate others' goods and property. He also must not cheat and use illegal means in acquiring worldly things, nor through others or by approving such an act committed by others. 4. Chastity vow. The basic intent of this vow is to conquer passion and to prevent the waste of energy. Positively stated, the vow is meant to impart the sense of serenity to the soul. In this vow, the householder must not have a sensual relationship with anybody but one's own lawfully wedded spouse. Even with one's own spouse, excessive indulgence of all kinds of sensual pleasure should be avoided. 5. Non-possession, non-attachment vow. Non-possession is the fifth limited vow. As long as a person does not know the richness of joy and peace that comes from within, he tries to fill his empty and insecure existence with the clutter of material acquisitions. Lord Mahavira said, security born of material things is a delusion. To remove this delusion, one takes the vow of non-possession and realizes the perfection of the soul. One must impose a limit on one's needs, acquisitions, and possessions such as land, real estate, goods, other valuables, animals, money, etc. The surplus should be used for the common good. One must also limit the everyday uses of number of items or articles and their quantity. This Jain principle of limited possession for householders helps in equitable distribution of wealth, comforts, etc. in the society. Thus, Jainism helps in establishing socialism, economic stability, and welfare in the world. Non-possession, like non-violence, affirms the oneness of all life and is beneficial to an individual in his spiritual growth and to the society for the redistribution of wealth. Attentive viewers, it's been a pleasure to have your company on today's Words of Wisdom.